Can you tell them things physically to help them? Do you notice any difference?
Yeah, just waking up and making sure you're eating right, eating breakfast, taking care of your body after games and after practice. A lot of guys sometimes try to sneak out of here after games, but it's important for us to get in the cold tub, and I think that's a big, that's something that has really helped the whole team out. Is just getting in the cold tub, stretching after games, stretching after practices, and I think that's what makes our bodies and gives us more fuel down the stretch. So that's really the main thing that I let them know about, is just stretching, and making sure they take care of their bodies.
Is it hard to know all that stuff and believe in it as a freshman?
Well, regardless of if you believe it or not, you're going to feel the pain if you don't, take responsibility in those things. So, it was something that I had to get used to when I first came in here last year. But once I got used to it, kind of got adjusted and, started taking responsibility and getting in the cold tubs and things like that. And, my body started feeling better.
How much time do you take after a game to kind of let yourself? What all do you do, and how much time does it take?
I'll get stretched by our strength coach right after the game, and I have media right after media. I go get in the cold tub for about 8 to 10 minutes. They say you're not really supposed to stay in there no longer than that, because by that time you're numb. So, I get in the cold tub for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then the next day come in. We may have practice. It may be a light practice, so we're stretched before practice, after practice, get in the cold tub. And by that next day, after the day after the game, we're pretty much back to normal.
Are you feeling better days after games now than you did last year, physically?
Yeah. And at this point in the moment, I think I was shocked last year. It was a transition coming from high school. And now that I kind of know what to expect, and, I'm getting more rest than I was last year. It's benefiting my body, and it's making me feel much better.
Especially for a young guy, how big of a shock is it that first time you jump into the cold tub?
Oh, it's a shock every time I jump in there still. So I know when they first got in, I know that was on their mind after every practice. It was on mine last year after practice. I knew they'll force me in there, and after about 2 or 3 weeks of getting in there, you're kind of adjusted to it. But it's still a shock every time you get in there. It's too cold for you. It's like you just, I don't know. But I'm used to it now. So.
Coach was talking about in practice that you kind of have a chip on your shoulder and you want to win scrimmages in practice, any kind of anything. Is that something that carries over to the game, that you take everything that serious so you don't even want to lose in a practice or in a game or in a whatever, pickup game, anything?
I hate losing, and I think that's something that this team has picked up from a lot of guys like me and Tim. We're so competitive and things like that. I actually just lost to Carrollton one-on-one, so I'm trying to get back out there to play them right now. So I'm kind of mad about that. But yeah, just in practice, it's just tough. It's just tough when when we lose, even in small things. It could be pickup, it could be shell drills, and we may lose to the Mays team, and me and Tim would get on our team about it, because at the end of the day, they're going to be on our team, and we're going to be trying to beat other teams down the stretch. So it's important for us to be as competitive as we would be in the game.
When you look at the bigger games that you've had this year, the NC State game, the West Virginia game, maybe your national games, do you look at those any differently, or you seem to perform better under those circumstances?
I don't look at them differently. I take every game seriously, as we should. But in those type of games, I know that those type of teams, they try to take me out of the game early on. So I try to find a way to contribute in other ways early on, get everybody else going, and get everybody confidence. And I think that kind of opens it up in the second half, or late in the first half, for me to kind of get deep into the paint, kick out, and get floaters, shoot layups and things like that. So it's just a matter of whatever the team gives us. Eastern, they play its own, so you obviously have to do a great job of ball faking and hitting the open man, because it's a defense we haven't really seen all year.
Trey, you say you hate to lose. Was that something that you kind of brought with you here, or was that something you had before? Where does it come from?
That's just how I was since I've been little. I hate losing. So whenever I lose in something, I feel much better when I win. So that's just how it is. Anytime I lose in something, it's just I'm like, man, I feel like he has an advantage over me. The guy that beat me has an advantage over me. So I gotta beat him. Until then, I gotta beat you, basically.